10 ways to immediately improve your videos. This law is packed full of practical tips, and here are a few. Great communicators bridge the success gap and relate to their audience. One of the most powerful things you can do in your videos is understand that people want to know about your struggle before they are open to learning from your success. Videos that just brag or just talk about the result without the struggle fall flat from making a true connection with viewers. Hopefully on YouTube, if you are sharing an answer to a problem, if you're helping people reach their goals, you're not just telling them the solution. By the way, that will please people, and there's no reason you can't get views from that. But if you want to strengthen your content, you want to bridge the success gap. Are you articulating your struggle? Think about it. When you hear a public speaker, if all they get up on stage and do is brag about how successful they are, it actually builds a wall. But if at first they relate that they've been there, they've struggled, they've also been through the process, and through pain and trial and hardship, they have found a solution, and now they want to share that solution with you. If you can weave that into your content, it'll be more powerful. Start any message by understanding your audience's perspective. Whew! Here's the question. Before you sit down and outline your video, do you truly understand who your audience is? Do you truly understand their feelings, emotions, needs? We say at Think Media, the creator who understands the viewer best wins. So if you're going to start a video, you want to understand your audience's desires, perspective, point of view, beliefs. And the big mistake is 99% of content creators don't even know who they're making content for. And even if they think they do, a lot of times there's a disconnect in that area. Identify and operate within your strength zones for credibility. It's a good content tip. If you try to create content about something you're not strong at, you're going to lose to somebody who's stronger at that content. Personally, I try to stay in my lane. There's a lot of things where I'm happy to go on a video podcast and be interviewed about. And there's many things where I have no clue about. When I think about my strength zones, if you want to talk about YouTube, let's go. If you want to talk about business, let's go. Marketing, let's go. If you want to talk about the Bible, let's go. If you want to talk about politics, I don't know. If you want to talk about pop culture, I kind of know. I'm not going to go work at BuzzFeed. I'm not going to go work at TMZ. Those are not my strength zones or my passion zones. And so you're going to have maximum credibility when you operate within your strength zone. Have a clear thesis for your message. It's the core of communication. Are you starting each video with a clear thesis? And one of the things I loved about this book is, again, I was thinking about how it applied to YouTube videos, but you don't hear a lot of people using that language, which it reminded me being back in English class in high school. I was like, that's true. A video should have a clear thesis. It should have a core to its communication. And are you trying to communicate too many things in one video? Is the point unclear in the video? Is your communication generally foggy? Clarity is power. So do you have a clear thesis? Another point here is research is crucial, both for specific talks and for continued personal growth. One of the ways to power up your content is to improve your research. So how can you invest more in research, develop your skill of research? And I liked that John highlighted the benefit of it not just being powerful for the content itself, but also helpful for your continual growth. One of the things I love about doing this podcast, one of the things I love because I actually am passionate about YouTube and video marketing and social media, is I've created a job that I enjoy doing, meaning I like to research about YouTube, but when I do, I get smarter and I grow my knowledge, and I include that in videos, and you get to benefit, and I get stronger. Hopefully the content gets better. It's cool to be in a position where the monetization loop is helpful to fund being able to do this full time. And I know that that's also what your aspiration is as well in your particular area. But I want to encourage you to the development of the skill of research and the inclusion of good research in your content will make it stronger. Outlining provides a structure for your message. Can you outline your videos? Numbering your points. And a lot of times I like to outline and have numbers so there's structure to the content. And then mnemonic devices could be something like in our tech episode, we talked about AVL, audio, video, lighting. Maybe your points are connected to a framework of some kind. Messages using research, illustrations, and stories from your own life. There's a couple ways to power things up. And I love this. Every message is like an airplane flight requiring a successful takeoff and landing. Good takeoffs can be built using questions, quotes, connections, while landings should summarize and empower the audience. Now, there is an old joke here on the podcast and at Think Media that I'm always landing the plane and that I'm, taxiing to the terminal, and that we're stuck on the tarmac and that we're circling the airport, and this joke that I can't land the plane. But every message is like an airplane flight, and those are some powerful tips for hooks. Can you open with a question? Can you open with a powerful quote? Can you open by making some kind of connection? Of course, the goal in communication is to connect with the viewer here on YouTube. And so we've already covered a lot, and we have 2 full more laws to go through and the 4 primary connection points. But here's a summary of the bullets I just hit. Can you relate in your content? Do you understand your audience's perspective? Can you play to your strength zones? Do you have a clear thesis? Are you doing your research? Do you have a good outline for your content? Are you numbering your points? Can you include illustrations? Can you include stories? And every communication is like an airplane flight. There's 10 little nuggets under the law of content. I think we can all improve our content. This is a cheat code for content creators. If your videos can be more authentic and you're not faking it, you're comfortable in your own skin, you've figured out your own voice, when you've got empathy for the viewer and that's communicated through the camera, when you're speaking from the heart and you're being genuine, and this might take some time to develop, not only in the skill of communication, but getting aligned with the topics you're covering with your channel topic. Help involves offering practical advice and tools for change. This is probably one that I lean to. I want to develop them all, but I am obsessed with crafting content that's actually helpful, that's value-based, that answers specific questions, that solves specific problems. Humor is about seeing the lighter side of life and connecting through laughter. If you have a gift of humor, that's a powerful way to improve your content. Hope entails showing future possibilities, inspiring belief in a better future. Maybe some people you watch because you feel encouraged after, strengthened after. Your purpose in watching is to get your mind right, your motivation up, to get your mood shifted, your emotions charged. And so 4 elements: heart, help, humor, and hope. One of those is probably your strongest, but if you improve even marginally all 4 and have a heartfelt message that solves someone's problem, that makes them laugh in the process, and that ends with giving them hope, talk about a powerful message, a powerful YouTube video. If you enjoyed this podcast and are ready for some deep dive YouTube strategy, just go to thinkmasterclass.com to get access to my 1-hour on-demand YouTube strategy class. You'll be looking over my shoulder as I share my best tips, and you can watch it on demand right now at thinkmasterclass.com.